I would like to say that I think the team that have been selected, in my view, were pretty competitive. I went through all their credentials, and I think they are Kenyans worth to be able to run IEBC. I wanted to also mention something that I think the speaker raised, because you see, when a report is submitted to Parliament, we also have our standing orders that you also have to follow, days that have been set out. So sometimes when a court ruling again is issued, conflicting with the processes in Parliament, interfering with the process of what we've been able to set out, now there comes an issue where we are talking about that aspect of mediation. But so to say, for me, I'm glad that we have now a team that I'm sure will be able to deliver a credible elections in 2020.
But when we talk about procedural impropriety, as we've seen, we had the interviews ongoing, then along the way you have the 5 who are somewhat sneaked in, so to speak, because the selection panel providentially forgot, the list of all these names. And this is why we have this particular case in court. The question is, how could that actually just be let to slip through? Because I think there is always a robust way of picking and shortlisting. There's no way, unless we have other clammy fingers and other forces behind who are trying to sneak in the names as well. Because this has been the speculation in the public that we need clarity. Where did these names just suddenly appear from nowhere, out of the blue, from the left?
All of us as Kenyans right now, Dibao, want things to be done straight. All of us want, if there's been set out, nobody...
Exactly, and exactly. The question is, when we see such processes and impropriety along the way, then this really engenders the mistrust that has been clouding IEBC all along.
And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes there's also the aspect, we are saying it's rumors, right? So we need to get the validity of those things. Were they really rumors? Were they facts? And those kinds of things. But nonetheless, what I want to say is, based on those that we were able to be submitted, of those people who, their credentials, they were above board. But I want to say that I would also be very interested to know if those kinds of things, as you mentioned, it's rumors. Mm-hmm. We all know it is rumors. So unless those rumors, and sometimes rumors can sometimes be spoken about till it becomes some form of a truth, which is not. So in this particular case, of course, I'll still be keen to hear on the same, but on those that were brought on our table, I think there are people that are above board to be able to run the elections of this country.
Okay. You think it was rumors? Briefly, as we take a short break, Shakeel? It was rumors.
As much as you say that this is not a political process, factual, that out of those who have been appointed, they have certain biased already. They have a choice. Some are biased towards the ruling party. Some have a bias towards the opposition party and NADCO. So, as you said, you use the term simplicity is the ultimate. What is the word you use? Simplicity is
the ultimate sophistication.
Exactly. Why? Why are we not there? Why simplicity? Simplicity.
Yeah, you're getting a phone call already.
Yeah. Why simplicity? No, it's my medical. It informs me I must have my medicine. Mm-hmm. Simplicity. We have made this thing into a very big circus. I go back to certain countries. Go back to India, go back to some other countries. IEBC, you hardly know who they are. They are just there. The secretariat is the one that does the job. Here, the secretariat may be a beautiful secretariat. They're not going to be doing anything. But it is, you brought this IEBC sitting on top of the secretariat, doing the secretariat's job. That's what's happening. It started in 2007. It's been going throughout. And I personally think that whoever you bring, I think somebody at one time, one of the senior politicians, some 2-3 years ago, maybe even more than that, they said you can even bring. I think they were reacting to Oburu. They said bring yourself, bring anybody you want, make yourself the chair. Remember that chair. The result will still be questionable. The independence of IEBC is questionable up to now. It was questionable from the time that it became what is called, was given too much credence, too much publicity. So actually, I believe firmly that the current IEBC is like the last one. Chebukati and his 3 versus those other 4. Do you understand me? That's going to happen. And even if you go before that, what was his name? The IEBC chair.
Isaac Hassan?
Isaac Hassan. Same thing happened. Before him, same thing. So what we are saying, as you said, our Kriegler report was never listened to. And then when you now come and ask that you should respect court orders. If the court itself, they say they don't need to pay an advocate or lawyer. You just bribe the judge. That was what was happening.
All right.
You see, so even right now, the credibility and the what is it called? People's trust in the judiciary is questionable.